Welcome from Term 4 or Grade 4 to our science lesson. Teacher Rolly here. I wanted to turn your book to pages 82 to 88. Let's review. We have a lot of lessons to cover. Congratulations for answering these pages. And this one too. We learned a lot about chlorophyll and even some functions in it with carbon dioxide. Also we learned about different kinds of leaves, veins, in these different kinds of trees and plants. Congratulations for answering it. Today, we'll learn about 82 to 88. Okay? We're supposed to do page 82 of this flowers. But it will take a long time to do that. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Maybe we'll come back to this later on. But some things we need to learn. Now, about flowers. When flowering plants are fully grown, they make flowers. The role of these flowers is to reproduce and create new plants. Do you know? The flowers of different plants have different shapes and colors. Alright? Okay, so what are the parts of a flower and their roles? Now, it's claimed already that the flowers of different plants have different shapes and colors. And if you believe that, there is no need for this experiment. However, if you want to do this experiment here, knowing the parts of a flower, we need to observe and identify the parts of a flower and describe the role of each flower part, right? So the problem is, do all flowers have the same parts? The hypothesis usually is negative. And so you can say, all flowers do not have the same parts. Again, you can write the hypothesis which is negative. All flowers do not have the same parts. And then you prepare the following things here, like cutting board, pair of straight tweezers. We don't have it here now. We're not in a laboratory. And 6 types of flowers, marigold and hibiscus. Not easy to find them. And source of information, books, yes, we can find them. A crafting knife, yeah, be careful. And a magnifying glass. So step 1 here, work in groups. Okay, we cannot do this one. We are not here in group. You are in your home. Each group picks a type of flowering plant, okay, found in school, marigold or hibiscus. Then observe its budding flowers. Observe the changes in those budding flowers for 2 weeks. Imagine 2 weeks. Well, it's not easy to do that this time. From blooming, falling off to falling off. And record the data in table 1 right here. Okay? Search for the more information on the parts of the flowers on the roles. It means search on the internet. Look them up on the internet. And share your ideas, discuss, and sum up with here, class. Actually, there are other ways of studying it. You can look it up from the internet. All right. I just wanted to understand that we can do this way. This is another way of learning, which is by experimentation. So each group brings a full-bloomed flower of 6 different types of plants. So place each flower on a cutting board. Keep the flower in place with straight tweezers. We don't have tweezers, and cut along the flower into half. That is the one that happens. So observe the structures and parts of each flower through a magnifying glass. Record the data on table 2. Table 2 here is table 2. Alright? Now, okay. Now present your group's findings. We cannot do this one. We are not in a group this time now. But in here, please be careful in using knife. Alright, this one takes time. As I said, record 1. Okay, do not worry about this one, right? Do not worry about this. If we cannot do it this one, we are not in a classroom. Not this one either, okay? No need to answer this one. But we need to learn. Now, we learned that the role of flowers is to reproduce and create new plants, right? Yes. So some flowers have all of the 4 parts, but some do not, alright? Different plants produce different flowers. Okay? So, the study shows in here, it says that in here, it's correct. Hypothesis here, it says that all flowers do not have the same parts. And so it is correct here. Some flowers have all of the parts, but some have different parts. Okay? So some plants have plenty of flowers with scents. Scents means smell. With some give nectar or a sugary liquids. Well, some don't. So normally, flowers have four important parts. They are the sepals, the petals, the stamen, and the pistil. The role of each part is as follows. We understand this one here, right? Look, we look at the flower, and you look at your book, we have the stigma, we have the petal, you have the sepal. And so here, the pistil here, what is the role of the pistil? This is the innermost part of a flower. It takes female sex cells, which are egg cells. These cells are in the ovules, which are inside the ovary. Can you imagine that? Here, the pistil. All right, here. Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. Now the stamen, this part is next to the petals. All right. It makes male sex cells, which is the pollen. The pollen is in each anther, right here. Okay? The pollen is in each anther, which is on the filament. Now, here is the stigma, where the pistil is found, right? And here is the ovary. How about the petal? It's a petal of a flower, and the pistil. I should say the sepal. So the role of the petal is to protect the pistil, I should say, and stamen when a flower is young. They usually have beautiful flowers, colors, and scents to help draw good insects for pollination. They attract insects, right? The sepal is to protect the flower in bud from pests. A lot of pests, they like to smell the flowers. Okay? So how to tell flowers apart? By their parts and by their stamen and pistil. Complete flowers, we have here the features with all of the four parts. You have the sepals, petals, wrong spelling. Petals, not pedals. P-E-T, not D, alright? And stamen and pistil. Example, lotus, chili, eggplant, okay? Hibiscus, rose, cayenne, jasmine. Okay, they are complete flowers. Now, the incomplete flowers with some of the parts, but they're incomplete. They have the bitter melon, rich gourd, ivy gourd, pumpkin, coconut, and papaya. However, here, so we can also tell flowers by their stamen and pistil, not just by the parts. If it is by stamen and pistil, we know some are bisexual flowers. Their features are, they have both stamen and pistil in the same flower. Look at that. The lotus, rice, eggplant, hibiscus, rose, and orchid. Okay? Some are uni. Uni means one. Unisexual flowers with one flower, right? With either the stamen or pistil in one flower. Look at that one. Rich gourd. Okay? Ivy gourd, star, gooseberry, and papaya, and pumpkin. Alright, and corn. Tips. All complete flowers are bisexual. Bi means two. Alright? Bisexual. Either of the two. Flowers. But bisexual flowers may be incomplete flowers. Oh, something to think about, right? That is page 86. On page 87, I want you to answer this exercise 3. Post this one, right? Fill in the flowers or the parts of the flowers in the blanks, like 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Write down the role of the each part of the flowers in here. Role. What is the role? Go back to the previous page. Number 2. What is the role? What is the role of this? And go back to the previous page. Okay. Well, this time you can go also to page 88. And then answer the summary. Draw a mind map. You know already, I told you before, a diagram or summarize what you have learned. Okay? See you next time. Bye-bye.